Hello and welcome. This is Connie's Craft Along, and I hope you are going to join me for some crafting fun and little chit chat, some conversation, and just hanging out. It's Friday night. Happy Friday, everyone. It's the weekend. Hope you have had a great week and you're all set for the weekend. It's a good time to, maybe kick back a little bit, chill, enjoy a little crafting time starting on a Friday night. What a better way to kick off the weekend, eh? That's my personal opinion. Anyway, if you are hanging out with me, do say hello. I'm just getting a few things set up here because I didn't have them ready before. So anyway, say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know what you're up to. Have you had a good week? Anything exciting in your world? Still kind of COVID, not a whole lot exciting going on, but it is what it is. Better safe than not, I guess. Okay, so tonight is Connie's Craft Along. Hopefully you saw my posts on my Facebook page earlier today. I put it up a couple times, and you had a chance to gather the supplies that you need. Hi, Donna. Oh, you're going to do the card with me. Excellent. Good stuff. Hopefully you had a chance to get everything gathered and you're ready to go. If not, we're going to step through what I had in the picture in case anyone couldn't see it or wasn't quite sure what it was all about. And then we'll put it together. So let me just flip this down and Terry, hello. And Lorna, good evening. Okay, welcome. Hope everyone's ready for a little crafting. Terry, I know you have your supplies. So you two are crafting. Excellent. Love when people craft along and hopefully have some crafting fun. So for tonight, you need a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that's just your standard card base. You need a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 4. A piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/4 by 3. Yes, Terry put up a post of craft supplies that she mailed. Okay, for Lorna and Donna, Terry is in the United States and she's gone to Florida for a few months. So she mailed herself some craft supplies using the US Postal Service. And I saw a picture of what she mailed herself. There was at least 3 boxes in the photo, and there might have been some more now. I'm trying to recall. I just remember the bottom one looked like it had a bit of a rough trip. But if we were to mail those things here in Canada, Terry, yeah, we'd have to go out and get another job because the postage would have been outrageous. So our postage is very, very expensive, but I know yours is a little more reasonable. So lucky you. Yes. Okay, some cardstock strips, 2 of them. So there are actually 2 here, 4.5 by 1 1/4. Yes, we don't ever want to be anywhere without our craft supplies, do we, Lorna? Okay. So Lorna, I talked to Stainer Camp about using their camp for a retreat, and they have really nothing available till the fall. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but anyway, a very busy place because it was lovely. So anyway, designer series paper, you need 2 strips that are 4 1/4 by 1. You need a piece of cardstock for your sentiment and one for the frame. I've gone with, oh look, tailored tag punch, and then I'll cut one in half to make a frame, but you can do whatever you wish. You can just cut shapes, you can punch shapes, you can punch two different shapes. Anything goes. About 5 inches of ribbon. We are going to wrap this just flat around our card, so you need enough to go around your cardstock layer. Okay. And the usuals. Some stamps, ink, adhesive, a bone folder. I put paper snips on here because this is kind of my generic list. I don't think we really need paper snips unless you haven't cut your ribbon yet. But anyway, paper snips and of course, embellishments. So that's what we need. Are we ready to get started? Actually, the point in sticking all these down, I have to take them off of here so I can use these bits and pieces and put them together. Let me just get all this stuff dismantled. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is fold our card base in half on the score line. And I think everybody knows, but just as a reminder, when you score your cardstock, you have one side that is a mountain, so it's bumping up, and another side that's a valley going down. You want to fold into the mountain side. So this is my mountain, and I'm going to fold that together. Not the end of the world if you do it the other way, but this is the natural way the fibers are broken from your scoring. So this is the more natural way for it to fold. Okay, so that's ready to go when we need it. Next, we are going to adhere our designer series paper strips to our cardstock strips. I'm going to use liquid glue, but you can use whatever adhesive you like. The border on this is not too skinny, so you know, you could use tape runner. I think I used tape runner on the other card that I made. Would have been faster than this glue bottle that is close to empty. But anyway, I'm working on an angle here. I like to use the liquid glue for when I don't get it on quite straight. Well, Lorna, now you know the mountain is the side that should be folding together. And as I say, it will be, you know, you can fold your card base either way, but anytime you are folding, if you can fold the mountain sides towards each other, that is the way the fibers naturally break in paper. Don't ask me how someone figured that out. It was a paper genius or something, I guess, someone who studies paper fibers and knows all those things. I was taught that. It's not something I discovered. So I have some wonderful news for me, well, and kind of for you guys too. I had been, for the month of January, I had been working 4 days at Blue Mountain as a ski instructor. And then I had 1 day where I would ski with MSH, who is my sweet husband, in case anybody doesn't know what MSH is or who MSH is. And 1 day for my synchronized swimming. And so that was 6 days out of 7. That left 1 day for great stamping with Connie. And I have fallen behind. I am miserably behind in a number of things that I wanted to do during the month of January and should have done during the month of January, and I have not. So it was really starting to stress me. So I've asked them to change that to 3 days a week, and they have. So that is awesome. Awesome for me because now I am less stressed, and I suppose it's good for you because it means some of the stuff that I do, I will be able to continue to do. Hopefully that's good news for you ladies. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is adhere our designer series paper piece, the larger piece, 3 3/4 by 3. We are going to adhere that to the 4 by 5 1/4. Less stress is always good. Yes, Terry, it is always good. Anything we can do to reduce the stress in our life is a good thing. So this paper is also from the Daffodil Afternoon pack, which is where these daffodils were from. This is kind of the main side, but because I had the busyness of these flowers that was going to go on the front, I wanted something more subtle. So I thought these little hearts would be perfect. So that's what I'm using. You can use anything you want, obviously. And I have been looking at the red inside this Stamp and Seal for, it seems like an awfully long time now. And it just keeps rolling, and it just keeps sticking. I keep thinking it's gonna run out, it's gonna run out, it's gonna run out. But so far it's still going. So I do have another one at my side here, so that, and maybe that's why it hasn't run out. It's going to wait until one time when I forget to have it handy, right? If it's handy and I can just grab it seamlessly, then what's the point, right? Wait and run out when she least expects it. Okay, next we are going to adhere our ribbon, and we want that just where the designer series paper ends, and you have cardstock. I don't know whether everyone's done their designer series paper the same way I have. You might have done it at the top. You could put the ribbon at the bottom. I possibly should have mentioned that this card probably doesn't work really well as a landscape card. You could do it landscape, but then I think you would need to change up this ribbon, because chopping your card in half this way with ribbon would look a little odd, I think. But perhaps not. I don't know. Anyway, I am doing mine portrait. So I was talking to someone today, and she said, you know, when I've always put adhesive on the back of my cardstock to hold my ribbon in place, but I used to put it across the card the way the ribbon would go. And she said, and I'd always get it in the wrong place, and it would never adhere right, and I'd be fussing with it, and it'd drive me nuts. She said, then I saw you put it, you know, vertical. And so you had so much more space to make it match. It's like, oh my gosh, what a wonderful idea. So, and those are some of the things that are tough when you're working in a virtual world. When you're crafting together in person, you know, I see what you do and how you do, and you see what I do and how I do, and that's a great way to learn and things. Of course, I had a little gap in my adhesive here, and it's just about right where I want the ribbon to lay, so I'm just going to put a little more there. But I think that watching some of these lives probably helps some of that. So anyway, okay, once you have the ribbon on and you have it secured on the back, you can go ahead and put the cardstock onto the card base. So it is now February. There is only 1 month left in celebration. So this is the time when you want to look through your cardstock and your re-inkers and what else? Any consumables, really. If there are envelopes, if you need envelopes, this is a great time to stock up on all of those things, because they are consumables and you're going to need them. But if you purchase them in February, you can also get free celebration items. And why not? If it's something you need, why not get something extra with it? It's also a great time if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to purchase prepaid Paper Pumpkin. You can purchase a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. There are the best savings occur with a 12-month. You get 1 month free. But if you purchase at least a 6-month, because a 12-month is about $300, so it's a lot of money, one fell swoop. But then you're covered for the year. But if you purchase a 6-month, it will carry you through till the next celebration. So you get 3 or 2. Maybe it's only 2. I can't remember how much a 3-month subscription is now. Or sorry, a 6-month subscription. 3 is 18. Might be $180. Might be 3. You get 2 or 3. 2 or 3 celebration items when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin for 6 months. So that's kind of awesome. The other reason to buy a prepaid is because effective March 1st, Paper Pumpkin is going up in price. It's going up, I think, about $2.50 a kit. Just still an awesome value, but what the heck, if you can avoid the price increase for a few more months, why not? So it's a great time to get yourself a prepaid. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to do is attach the 2 cardstock and DSP strips to the card. And I'm going to put mine about here. You can put yours wherever you choose. One side, the other side, equally spaced, in the middle, whatever you like. Actually, maybe in the middle. Hadn't really thought about that. I might just do that. Okay, so put them wherever you would like. And you can pop these up with dimensionals, or you can put them on flat. My other card, I did them flat, but I'm thinking, I'm kind of thinking dimensionals here. So do that. Just strips. That for another time. Oh my goodness. Anyone else find the dimensionals seem to, when I pull them off, it seems like kind of on a regular basis, I get some of this back paper stuck to the dimensional. It doesn't, it's not sticky just yet. Work. I don't know whether it's just me, how I do it, or something with the dimensionals. I was thinking it might be because I cut them. I'm not sure. But anyway, they still work. It's just sometimes it's a little more fiddling. There we go. And these, because I cut this from one piece of paper, not that way. That way. That's how the daffodils go together. So I want to make sure that I put these on in the right order. You probably wouldn't ever notice because they don't touch. You could put the cardstock pieces touching each other, but there's still cardstock in between their designer series paper. So depending on your pattern, how bold it is or how busy it is, people may or may not ever know. So roughly in the middle. Let's see how I do with this. I have, let's see, from here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can, I don't honestly know if that's the middle because I didn't I didn't compare putting this one down, but we'll see in a moment. I also didn't push that one down, so I could still lift it and maneuver it a little bit, I think. It's my hope anyway. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not really in the middle, is it? Okay, so I kind of want this one over a little bit further. Oh, perhaps. Get this guy up. Too much damage. So as it leans, ones that I had loose stuck down again. I'm going to say it's close enough, but it's not. I think what matters more is whether they're even at the top. Sorry, I need to get right over top of this so I can see what I'm doing here, because I'm kind of making a mess of everything. Excuse me. Okay. It's close. It's handmade. Alrighty, then you are going to take your cardstock pieces, whichever one you are going to stamp on. If you've used basic white or vanilla, or I need another dimensional under there. That's a little bit sticking up. I am using 2 pieces of colored cardstock because they're actually both light enough that I could stamp on them. But anyway, okay. So, and I am using a sentiment from the daffodils, or tulips, flowering tulips. Just thinking of you today. The one that I was using. Okay, so there's that. And then couldn't decide what I wanted to do. The back. Well, I couldn't decide which color to stamp on. And then, so I have one of each. I have one of each. And then I cut this. I didn't think I wasn't sure I liked the circle behind it. I suppose actually, I kind of like it better with the strips in the middle than the other one I made. But, well, or I could do this. My good old go-to on the sentiment, right? The tailored tag punch with the tailored tag punch. I do kind of like the look of that. Okay, I'm going to use this. Just a little bit, maybe a little bit more would be good. What else is going on at Stampin' Up that I can share with you? Oh, there is there's a new stamp set out now. I really should learn the names of these things. So I think it's all together now. It is, there's a stamp set and dies. There's some black and white designer series paper, and there are some skin tone Stampin' Blends, a whole whack of them. So Those are out now and available, and there is a new early release coming from the new annual catalog that will start in May, and that is just available to demonstrators right now. But I have to tell you, it looks awesome. It's all blues, and you know, my favorite color is blue, so I'm kind of in love with it just based on the color. I don't have it yet. I have it sitting in an order that I haven't submitted yet, but just waiting to hear on a couple of other things, and then I will get that in, and I will get it and start playing with it and show you some of the new stuff. So anyway, I'm putting my sentiment on with dimensionals. Don't know what you're doing, but and you can put your sentiment again anywhere you like. There we go. Alrighty, that kind of works. Other than, you know, of course, I do have some gold ribbon there, but that's just not nearly enough bling. What do I want on here? Let's see. Some brushed metallic stuff. Oh, they're kind of nice. Maybe the greens. Yes, perhaps the greens. Okay, put one here. And maybe a couple down. Do them around here too, couldn't I? No, we got gold ribbon there. That'll do. There we go. Oops. Okay, so there's the card. So this is actually a case of one of my cards that I found because I'm trying to sort out all of my cards. I was gathering some cards to give to my old church in Markham, and I found this layout, and I thought, oh, that's a neat layout. It's a little different. That would be good for Connie's craft along. So, you know, I found it yesterday, and here it is in action today. This is the other one that I did. This is more like the one that I found. It had the strips at the side. Oh, I'm glad you like the layout, Terry. I like it too. Something a little bit different and from sort of the standard layers with, but there's not a lot of stamping. So it's great for showing off the designer series paper. You could make this bigger, and this could be an image instead of sentiment, or it could be an image and a sentiment, depending on the size and how big you made this. Or you could, thanks, Donna. I'm glad you like it. You could even stamp this part, or you could stamp just some line images on the back of this to make that a little fancier. Or you could emboss this, or or lots of things you could do. So there we go. So those are the two cards that I made using that layout. I did not prepare any others. And look at that. That was pretty quick. It's only 8 o'clock. So what else should we do? We could do some other crafting if there's anything anybody wants to see, or could play with something. I got some new dies today. They're not really new. Well, yes, they are actually new. They're in the January to June catalog. So they are called Amazing Thanks. Look, I haven't even opened them yet. These are words. They go with the the Somebody Silhouettes stamp set that I have. Amazing thanks is so, but the stamp set I know is called something Silhouette. I looked in the index, it may be faster, but where's the fun in that, right? When I can sit here and flip and this and flip some more, and yes, totally, I've totally missed it. Not even positive. I'm looking on this side because I think that's where I recall seeing it, but I'm not even positive. Okay, I may need to cave in and check in the index because clearly I've missed it again. So let's go back to the back here. Amazing Silhouettes, page 40. So I flipped. Oh, see, you don't see it here so much. That's why I missed it. So there's the stamp set, Amazing Silhouette, and we've used the butterfly before, and I think I used this one during the catalog kickoff. But I didn't have the dies that go with it, so here are the dies. So you get thanks. Oh, you can't really read them that way, can you? Are, so it says you are, and this is amazing. And thanks. So you get, hi, Mary. Mary, how are you feeling? You're in bed watching. Oh, hopefully you're getting lots of rest these days and you're starting to feel like you're on the mend a little bit. I will move this catalog out of the way and you can see the cards that we made tonight since we did the crafting, and all of the dimensions and everything were in a Facebook post a little bit earlier. So if you want to make this card, that's how ours end out. Like the word dies that go with the set. Don't have the dies, but have the stamp set. Yes, that was me as well, Terry. I had the stamp set. And but what I like about these dies is that this is like a backing, an outline. So you get a frame for all of your words. And then these are the words that you can actually read the letters. Mary, you're feeling awful. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mary. That's not nice, is it? Okay, so I think we should just run some of these through and see what we get, shouldn't we? So I'm going to take the thanks off because, you know, when you have new toys, you have to play with them, right? And since we have some extra time, we can do this. So I'm very sad that you're feeling awful, Mary, but I'm very glad that you like the cards. So, okay, one moment. Should grab the little one, shouldn't I? And what do we have for cardstock? I've grabbed the little one, which will fit these dies, but then I need small cardstock. So there's Misty Moonlight. Oh, we'll just do the standard, eh? Misty Moonlight and Balmy Blue. How's that? I mentioned earlier that this is a great month to stock up on, you know, cardstock and any consumables that you may need. While you can get free celebration items, but you absolutely want to make sure you purchase anything in the in colors that that you need. Okay, I have a messenger message from Lorna. Maybe we lost Lorna. Have a set of water painters. I've used them a little bit. The brushes do not come to a point anymore. They've separated. Oh my. That's very interesting, Lorna. I'm not sure why that would happen, but I can call Stampin' Up and see what they have to say about that. Oh, sent a photo. Excellent. I will see what I can find out about that, Lorna, and let you know. Okay. Oh, you have these dies already, Mary? Yeah, I just got them today, so hadn't even opened the package. That's why we're playing with them. Gonna a little bit of, no, just a little bit of a mess, not a whole lot of little bits falling out of the sky from that piece. So this is the background one. I set it there. I think you'll be able to see it. And I'm going to run the word that you can actually see the letters on in Balmy Blue. Put that through. And then see how it all looks. This guy out of the way. And here it. Okay, so this would be a good candidate for adhesive sheets, which I did not put on here. So it'll be a little bit of gluing. You could almost use glue dots in some of those, but okay, so here goes, glue bottle. Now, this is where I need some of your little fine-tipped glue bottles that you have from Amazon, Mary. I keep looking at stuff on Amazon. I think I should just go ahead and order. There was something weird that was happening with my Amazon stuff a little while ago. Well, quite a while ago now. And so I just stopped using it. And I haven't ordered anything from Amazon in a long, long time, but there are a few things that people have suggested, and I look at them and I think, oh yes, I should get that. I do. I need some cellophane bags, and so I think I may have to cave in, and then I'll have to look for those little glue bottles as well. I did find them actually. I saw them on there a little while ago, but I didn't order them. So the advantage of the adhesive sheets here would be that even these little skinny bits would be sticky. So here's a good test for how tricky is it to get these get these lined up on here. Not too bad. Bring this down a little bit, I think. The advantage of the liquid glue is that you do have a moment to rearrange things. So oh, you have a glue bottle set aside for me. Well, that is awesome, Mary. Thank you. Okay, there, look. Isn't, like, how pretty is that? Right? I'm gonna love these dies. That's 2 new dies that I've had recently, and I am in love with both of them. The other one was those hexagon dies that we used on Monday night for That's Fancy. I love those. You put glue on your silicone mat and use a dauber. It works. Yes, I actually, you know what? I know that. You don't get the moment to move stuff around as much then. I use these makeup sponges from the dollar store, and they work well when you put glue on your silicone mat. The dies, where did they go? They are called stuck together. Amazing Thanks. So you get you are amazing and thanks in there, and you get 2 dies for each one so that you have the background and the letters. And they are really pretty. I like, look at that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I'll have to play with these a little bit more. So many toys, so little time. Sadly, I have to work tomorrow. Blue Mountain is expecting me on the ski hill, so I will not be playing with these a whole lot tomorrow, but all in good time. There. Alrighty. What else do we have on here? Yes. So if anyone does not know that trick that Donna shared, if you put the liquid glue on your silicone mat, and then you can use either a makeup sponge or a sponge dauber or something, and just pick up some of the glue and spread it onto your little skinny guys. That works very, very well. And it's also a great way to get liquid glue on vellum when you have it spread very thin, as you can with the sponges. You don't tend to see it on the vellum. It's too cold to ski. I know, Mary, it's supposed to be cold again tomorrow. I have taught more days in frigid weather in the month of January than I think ever before. Okay, now I will confess that this is only the 3rd year that I've been teaching, but there were a lot of really cold days in January. And February is supposed to be more mild. I asked for it to be more mild. It's not completely listening to me. Apparently, it's not just all about me. So anyway, okay. What else do we have? Anything else to share? Anything else to tell you? Anything else anyone wants to see? What is coming up next week? You know what? I have my I have the February card class ready. If you read my weekly email last week, I said it was the tulip bundle. I lied. I got a month ahead of myself. That is the March class. The February class, we are going to use the Marvelicious Designer Series paper. That is a celebration item. And we're going to use this stamp set. Not this guy. He didn't make the cut. Well, he did make the cut. Look at that. He made the fussy cut. They're so cute. I actually stamped a couple of these and didn't need them all. But we are going to use the Awesome Honors stamp set, as well as another celebration one called Calming Camellia is what I used. But of course, you can use whatever stamps you have available. But anyway, we have some fun cards coming in that. I've made the cards. I've taken the pictures. I just need to get the flyer ready. So hopefully I will have that out in the next few days. But that is coming as well. The February card class and the online global retreat is coming up next weekend, next Saturday evening, the 12th. So that is exciting. I have the goodie bags here that will go out this week for delivery. And team meeting for you ladies that are here that are Great Stampin' believers. Our team meeting is on Tuesday, and yes, and then the usuals, you know, Connie's craft along, lunch break, that's fancy, That's Fancy this week is a color challenge, so get ready. Last week, it was suggested that we use purple, and I think I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape is what I have out. Calypso Coral, was it? Pale Papaya, oh no, Real Red. Pale Papaya, Gorgeous Grape, and Real Red were the colors that were suggested. So, where'd my papaya go? So this is an interesting color combination, but that's what we're going to use on Monday night. We'll make some cards. And what day is the color challenge? Yes, it's on Monday, Mary or Terry. Monday night at 7:30. So these are the colors that we will be using. So if you want to craft along, do some of your own crafting, those are the colors. So, all right, I think that's about it for tonight. Hopefully nobody freezes over the weekend. Stay warm and have an awesome weekend. Mary, do take care. I hope you and everyone in your family is over the worst of this, and you are all on the mend and feeling better soon. So I guess I could do this, couldn't I? Let's see. Add a spotlight. There we go. Look, I'm back. I'm back along with the desk, so I'll just leave that there in case anybody is still wants to see these cards. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Please feel free to share this video with others. Love to have you share this with your friends and have them join us on some of these crafting evenings. But I appreciate those of you that have shared the video. So anyway, have an awesome weekend, and we will talk to you all again really soon. Bye for now, everyone.